Okay, great. So say your name, say the play, who it's by, and the character.
My name is Lauren Easterby. I am doing a monologue from the play I'm Turning Stay by Katie Powell, playing the role of Amy.
Thank you.
Don't you dare walk away from me. And don't tell me that you're sorry. And don't tell me to forget it. And don't you dare tell me to let it go. God knows that I'd like to. I wish that I could, but I can't. And you're running away. You're running away from what I have looked for all of my life, Mark, don't you see? Why? Because you're scared. Well, I'm scared too, but you and I, we have something, we could make it work. I'm not saying it'd be easy, but I care about you. And I know that under this bravado that you care about me too. And that's what it's all about. Don't you see, Mark? It is the human experience. You can pretend all that you want, but you're only lying to yourself. You're denying the simple and wonderful fact that you are vulnerable and emotional and alive. Can you honestly stand there and tell me that I mean nothing to you? That what happened that night was a lie? That you feel nothing at all? I'll move on. I'll find someone else. I'll be alright. Because I'll know that I tried. That I did everything that I could. But you're going to look back and you're going to realise what you threw away. And you're going to regret that. Always.
Good. Okay. That was pretty good, Lauren. You obviously used me as the person. That's good. It's fine.
I didn't plan that. I just went, okay.
That's fine.
John.
I think to direct it at a person who, if you're doing an audition where it's just you, it might be, because sometimes if there's a little panel, they're writing and stuff, and so you won't necessarily get the...
Yeah.
But, so you could make a decision to use, to direct it to a specific spot.
Yeah.
Or if there's other auditionees, you can just say, well, do you mind if I address this to you?
Yeah.
Because often the panel is going to be making notes, and they're not necessarily going to be giving you the same thing that you might want from that. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's a small thing, but at Bath Spa they always say, please use the audience in any way you want, but don't necessarily direct stuff at us because we won't be able to sort of respond because we're writing things now. In terms of the acting of the piece, it was pretty good. You seem to know what if you like, what your intentions are, what's going on underneath the piece. All I would say, and I'm going to ask you to do it again, is don't rush it.
Yeah.
Don't rush it. Let each thought and each feeling that you're having land with the audience, or with the audience. So, but actually, in terms of its believability, in terms of like your focus, in terms of your intentions, it was strong. So let's try it once more, but take your time, enjoy it. I'll tell you if it's too long. It takes too long.
I think it's just hard to do that because the first bit is so... Because the first bit, she's like trying to get him to stay and listen to her, so she's very like, here's what I have to say, like, you need to stay right now. So I think that puts me in rush mode.
Okay, imagine, right? So imagine that he's walking away from you, and you go, don't you dare walk away from me. And he turns in your mind, and he turns. And don't you tell me you're sorry. So you can use the fact that you have managed to get him to stop, as and then you won't get into rush mode so much. Yeah?
Okay.
All right?
Don't you dare walk away from me. And don't tell me you're sorry. And don't tell me to forget it. And don't you dare tell me to let it go. God knows that I'd like to. I wish that I could, but I can't. I can't forget that we had something. And you're running away. You're running away, don't you see, Mark? You're running from something that I have searched for all of my life. Why? Because you're scared. Oh, I'm scared too. But you and I have something worth fighting for.
Okay, I'm going to stop it there. When do you think he stops running away, or stops moving away from her, walking away from her? Is it because on that basis, I think that maybe he is actually, you're having to work to get him to turn around. So maybe he doesn't turn around so quickly. And let's just try something. I don't know whether it'll work, but Craig, I'll use you so that I can really kind of look. Right, you imagine, can you just be Mark?
Yeah. What do you want me?
Okay. Bit closer. Okay. And I mean, there's not much room in here, but start walking away, and you have to really work to get him to turn round.
Yeah.
Don't.
What one do you want to say around
Yeah, let's try on running away after you're running away. And you're running away. You're running away. Before she says, "Don't you see, Mark?" Yeah. Let's just see what happens.
Walk away that way.
Walk away. No. So yes, you know you turn at that point. So you're walking away during all this.
Do you want me to turn back for effect or not?
Yes, yes. So
What
turn.
point do you want me to turn back?
No. On that, you're running away. But you're doing it, right? You start the speech.
Yeah.
Start the speech.
Oh, right, got it.
Don't you dare walk away from me.
Got it.
And don't you tell me you're sorry. And don't you dare tell me to forget it. And don't you dare tell me to let it go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
But don't rush it, even though he's walking away.
Okay.
And it's almost like each time, each phrase is like a suit to try and get him back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So from the top, but that you know what you're doing now, Craig. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens with that.
Don't you dare walk away from me. And don't tell me you're sorry. And don't tell me to forget it. And don't you dare tell me to let it go. Oh, God knows I'd like to. I wish that I could, but I can't. I can't forget that we had something. And you're running away. You're running away, don't you see, Mark? You're running from something that I have searched for all of my life. Why? Because you're scared. Well, I'm scared too. But you and I, we have something worth fighting for. I'm not saying that it would be easy. But I care about you. And I know that somewhere under this bravado that you care about me as well. And that's what it's all about. Oh, don't you see, Mark? It is the human experience. You can pretend all that you want, but you're only lying to yourself. You're denying the simple and wonderful fact that you are vulnerable, emotional, and alive. Can you honestly stand there and say that I mean nothing to you? That what happened that night was a lie? That you feel nothing? I'll move on. I will find somebody else. I'll be alright. Because I'll know that I tried. That I did everything that I could. But one day, you're going to look back and realise what you threw away. And you will regret that. Always.
Okay, good. Okay, how was that? You feel good?
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought it was overall at a pretty good level. I think you can, everything happens, that you feel nothing. And she's sort of on the, according to the stage direction, she's on the verge of crying. There's a line that I don't remember hearing you say, which was, "I feel sorry for you, Mark.
Oh yeah.
I'll move on." Now, there's a combination of being really, really upset and being really pissed off with him, cross with him, angry with him. And I feel sorry for you, Mark. I'll move on. Of course, she really still loves him.
Yeah.
And, you know, and to say, "I feel sorry for you, you pathetic piece of shit," is her anger at being rejected. I'll move on. I'll find somebody else. Now, whatever Mark feels about you, you know, to tell someone that you'll find someone else is still going to be hurtful to him. So you're actually getting at him because you're so angry and so upset. It'll be alright because I know that I tried. I did everything's at stake. I did everything I could, but someday you will look back and you will realise what you threw away, and you will regret it always. Yeah. So good. Don't be afraid of really, really sort of immersing yourself in that feeling of anger and upset for that last section. But yeah, it's time. Quarter to. Right. Okay. But that's good. I mean, just keep working on what I've been saying, and you should be fine. That's good. Okay. Is there anything you want to ask?
No.
No. It's good. No.
Thank you.
No.